On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chip's low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. 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 What you know about juice? Making the moves. Data flow casual, breaking the news. Revenue proof. A building portfolio's taking well over exceptional pain. I'm trapping this game. So participation ain't a hard knock. I put in the work so you got knowledge. You ain't drawing with luck when you following us. The result is a pants full of fat pockets. Bada bang, that's an otter gang with an auto flame. With a lot of hate. Get about the lane, ain't about the trade. Have another trade, get another play. They playing God so pretentious. Drapes in these waters forbidden. Well indeed, that's a felony. Don't look at me for the TRB. Have you heard of TRB? I don't know. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chip's low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto, on the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chip's low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. 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 AlexOCrypto.
Good morning, Otter gang. Let's go, baby. Well, we've made it back. Yeah, it's good to be here, everybody. Hopefully you're all having a beautiful day. What is going on, everybody? You guys stop making me laugh, man. I'm gonna you're gonna make me defecate on stream, and we're not having that. Okay, let's say good morning to everybody. A nice little push here for Bitcoin, pushing back off of the dump. Yeah, I coughed and had to run to the washroom. So if I just disappear all of a sudden, you'll have to understand what's going on. I got a bug. I got a big bug. Okay, and the bug is winning right now. We'll put it that way. I was in bed all day yesterday, and is the mic fixed now? Can we just double check with the microphone? Is it clipping? Check. I think I'm clipping a little bit here. Check. How's that? Is that better? Put a 1 in the chat if the mic's okay. I think I had it turned on something else. Is that better? Check. Sounds good. All right. Yeah, I had my travel set up. Guys, I'm sweating right now. I'm sweating. I'm weak. I cough and I poop myself. I threw up all day yesterday. And we're here. So happy days. So thank you for being here, and hopefully we can help you guys navigate the charts today. I guess AlexOCrypto was dumping while Bitcoin was dumping. I guess that's the TA today, right? Yeah, big move, 5%. Yeah, 10 grand. 10 grand down. Bouncing off of our pink box in the Discord. I mean, we're still slaying pink boxes even though we're pooping ourselves, which is a pretty good feat. Nonetheless, we'll see what we get today. We got Trump speaking at Davos. And some good volatility lately. I mean, the SPY is dumping quite aggressively here. I'm considering scooping up some stocks. Nvidia hitting some key levels. Tesla as well. I think might be some opportunities. The Nasdaq's down pretty aggressively. Nice bottoming structure here on the Nasdaq though, so this looks good. Double bottom continuation push up here. Soy Boy Lana holding this key level of support, coming into resistance right now. We'll see how that behaves. I missed y'all. I mean, I was in no condition. I updated the Discord on the night before yesterday, and then all of a sudden, boom, it hit me, and I didn't leave the bed yesterday. I updated the Discord quickly, but my God, I'm not bad. I'm not bad when I'm sick. I'm just checked out completely. Nice push here, trying to get going into VWAP here. We'll see what we get. No trades right now. Still waiting. Typical. I got a story for you guys. So I lost about, sure enough, I don't know. Well, my flight got delayed, and my son got sick, so I got this bronchiolitis or something like that. My son got, and he was throwing up everywhere. So I think I got this thing too now. He's throwing up everywhere. And we were visiting my grandparents in Toronto, and we were about to fly home on Sunday night, or on Sunday. And he was throwing up all night before, so I had like 2 hours of sleep. And then he seemed okay. So we're like, okay, let's get on the flight. We'll get home, and then we'll deal with it when we get home. And then on the flight, as we're boarding, right? So we're, our beautiful families boarding the flight. Here we go onto the plane, and my God, on this sweater too. I washed it. My son threw up all over me. Like, good thing like I caught most of the puke. Hit me like all the water, breast milk, all of that all over me. Splashed the guy behind me. Splashed the girl behind me on the plane. Then we had to leave the plane, reschedule the flight for the following day. And went to the emergency room for my son. Got him some like anti-nausea stuff for the plane to fly home. And then got home. He managed on the flight the following day. Then he had the shits. So he managed to poop on the plane, and it went through the diaper onto my lap. And so I smelled like shit the whole plane. Guys, one thing you got to understand is when shit hits the fan, you got to accept that you do not control the fan, okay? It's going to go everywhere. However, we made it home even though I was covered in shit. I come home, I update the Discord, and then I get sick. So this has been my story lately. So here we are. This is why I fly first class. It wouldn't have mattered what class I flew, Piper. I was flying poop class. Real bowl art, bowl splatter, poopy nappy, yeah. So that's where I'm at. The joys of having kids, yeah, man. Then I got tilted, overtraded, lost like $15,000. Oh man, I got tilted, man. I got so mad, and I'm still up like 17,000 this month, but I was up like 38. I was up 38. So not only did I get shit all over, I shit all over my P&L for this month. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm still up quite a bit. However, don't trade when you're pissed off. So, I had a bad couple trading days. I got pooped on. I got mad tilted. Lost about 15,000. I got sick. I got shit on. I got puked on. I didn't sleep so well, and here I am, man. However, the one thing that I always promise is that I will show up, rain or shine, baby. Poop or pee, poop or puke. So here we are, and quite the it's quite the travel story. Time for a comeback. Yeah, that's it, right? I get into the wrong mindset when I try to make money back, though. So for me, it's going to be back to being the turtle, right? Slow and steady. Small wins, small losses. Big wins, small losses. Disciplined trading, patience. I mean, it's the same thing every day. It's just, it's just a reminder to be grateful that we can click buttons and make lots of money. Any person here would be happy to be up $13,000, $14,000. Right? You can see account was at 90, 97. We're at 74 now. Okay? And that's it. Tilted. Right? Tilted. So no trades right now. Still waiting. Still waiting. But anybody would be happy to be up 14 grand right now. So here we are. Back to it. Trying to make crypto honest again. 209 people in here enjoying my poopy stories. If you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll go back to bed. I'm pretty cool with going back to bed right now. If that's the case. Failure to push here pretty slow. No follow through. Nice sweep down below here on Bitcoin. Same with Solana. We'll see how it goes. What happened, just out of curiosity? I just overtraded, Chase. I got into tilt. I overtraded. I took a string of losses. That's just how it goes sometimes, man. That's how it goes. Not that I was just a nasty string of losses, man. Revenge trading, all that kind of stuff, right? Just spiraled out, and at the end of the day, it's like when I'm up quite a bit, like I was up almost $37,000 this month, right? So when I'm up that much, it's easy for me to overtrade and justify because I'm still up. Okay, like that's one thing I gotta watch, right? When you're up and you think you're king shit, right? And then all of a sudden you trade, and you're just losing, and you kind of get the blinders on, right? You're not really focused. You're just clicking buttons, right? So it happens to all of us, right? Are you disappointed that Greenland will beat Canada to statehood? Yeah, kind of, man. I want it to be the 52nd state, but we got Venezuela's 51st. We got Greenland becoming the 52nd. I like the sounds of 54th. May the 4th be with you, you know? Steve, go pump your little wanker chicken dick out of here, please. Bye-bye. Oh, I have no time for shit like that. How do you stop tilting? We are all human. You step away from the charts. That's it, man. You accept the loss. Depending on how far down the rabbit hole you go, you accept the loss, you reset, you walk away from the charts. You call someone a little chicken dick. Yeah. The acceptance part is the hardest part, right? It's like, okay, I'm tilted, I'm pissed off. Good morning, Charles. Good to see you. Are you waiting to trade a trend line there? Is that what you trade in? No. I'm just waiting here for price action to materialize right now. Right now, we didn't get up to VWAP. I would have looked for a short right here. Now I'd look for it to come back to this block down here. So 5-minute block right here. I'm looking for it to come into here. See if we can get some continuation. Right now it's retesting previous lows. Nice tap here. So look for a retracement continuation here. See if we get a reaction down here for a potential long. Otherwise, we look for a... I almost shit myself there. We look for this kind of deal. You can short it there. Don't cough or sneeze. That's my whole goal this whole stream. Don't cough or sneeze. My son's not going to school. There's no way. I'm fortunate enough to be able to provide enough for my family that my son doesn't need to go to an indoctrination system. Bullshit. I'd rather him... by the time my son's old enough, I'll put him in lots of sports and all that stuff to socialize him. But no, I think school's a complete sham, man. There are nearly enough likes on this video for the quality of content so far. We're covered. I got covered in it all, literally. 67th state, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for saying good morning. I do appreciate your good mornings. Yeah, like if we need to teach my son something, I'll send him to like Kumon or, AI nowadays. I'll train an AI agent. So my son's not even 2 yet. So let's say 4 or 5 years from now, and let's say we need to teach him something that we don't know about. There's enough resources now in the world with my wife, and my wife's smart and university educated and a writer, and I'm pretty good at math. So, between the two of us and the help of AI and stuff, I'm sure we could figure it out. And then obviously, like, I'm a big sports guy. Like, I've always played every sport. So, I'm going to be putting my son in everything to socialize him and stuff like that. There's many ways to socialize your child nowadays as well. So he's not like a weirdo. Heck, he might just come on and start trading with me and showing you guys how it's done. Showing me how it's done. I can teach him the right way from the beginning to not get tilted like I did yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Dave Digital with the 10 memberships. God bless you, bro. Nadeem, good to see you, man. Infinite, good to see you as well. Byron, how you doing, man? Good to see you, Dustin. Sonny, I think you're a lurker, bro. Leonard, you're a lurker. You're a lurker. 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 Yeah, when he wants his course and fire. Yeah, exactly. I drive him. We'll fly down to Texas, Piper, and we'll bring him to the range. You can give me a firearm course, too. Big O, man. Thank you so much, Dave. God bless you, bro. Does everybody know? I gave Dave his first wrench. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Let's get these setups. That's the one, man. We are waiting here. A little bit slow this morning. A little bit slow. Nothing. I like the bottoming structure here on the DAC. We'll see how. Yeah, we see. The ES looks weak too, man. This is nasty. So we'll see how this goes right now. I think we got to come down here. It's not that clear on Solana. Solana came up. Failure to. I would just say this is golden pocket retracement. Yeah. Retest the previous lows. Continuation down. That's what we got for Biddy, right? We slapped the low. Right. Breaking down. Established a new high just below VWAP here. So it's looking okay. When we look at the time frames on Market Cipher, what we can see between our 4, our 3, our 2, or 1, we can see that we're very overextended to the downside. Nice little camel toe pattern down here, trying to push us back in, clipping. So literally what we're looking for is something like this. Anchor trigger wave on the 4 hour. So we could get a little bit of relief, but we got to watch out for this guy here. That retracement back down is the dangerous one. The 3 hour here as well, trying to push back. 2 hour. You're never going to be able to unsee the camel toe pattern now. 5 minute camel toe moose knuckle pattern is absolutely fire, but we won't get into that today. It's a bit rude. Okay. So we're looking for this guy here. No signs of it yet. A little bit of a sign of it here for us on the 1 hour. Okay. Clipping, bull div, continuation, right? So we'll see what we get here. Pink box as well. So the Discord knew about the pink box yesterday. If you are new here, join the Discord. I mean, I almost didn't feel bad that I wasn't in the Discord because we have 8 traders in the Discord absolutely crushing it. Brewberry with the shorts, FJ. I mean, 8 traders helping everybody trade. If you are new here, join the best Discord in crypto. I mean, setups. I mean, look at the short yesterday from Brewberry. That was so fire. So good. FJ with the 4,000 percentage trades, whatever, man. Like, this guy's just absolutely crushing it. Alice, they said Alice shit the bed. And I said, no, that was me. Alice just shit the bed. And I said, that was me. So even when I'm not there fully, and I did do some updates yesterday, the community still absolutely crushes it. 150 videos as well, all the way in styles I trade. Incredible community. So thank you for all the members and all the gang for being part of the gang. I do appreciate you guys. Good morning, One Way. Good to see you. Wick's wife, how you doing, wifey? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I missed you too, wifey. I'm very sick. However, I'm here. You also gave me my first live collab. Oh, I love you, Dave. God bless you, man. Salonzo, 123 in the place to be. I mean, we had the key level down here for the gang as well. I'm not used to these green ones. That should be gray. Rotation down here for Solana. Bitcoin, looking for it to come into this block down here. See if we do bounce. Thank you for sharing it, the video, Tony. I always forget to do. Well, I'm not fully here right now. You guys enjoying all the Davos World Economic Forum stuff or what? What do you guys think about these guys? Are they total wankers or what? I think they're total wankers. It's pretty wild. They just all meet up and they all just talk a bunch of smack. I like this sweep of Solana. What's Bitcoin doing here? Still says a little bit lower. Nasdaq balloon dog trying to push up here. Bitcoin pushing. Considering a long on Solana here. What's CVD doing here? Failing to push. No push. Still waiting. Lower. It says lower. Bitcoin can push here. No, Bitcoin's not pushing here, so still waiting. Bitcoin needs to come down here a little bit. Imbalance in here on Solana. This is janky in here. What do we got? 5 minute block down to here. Some aggressive selling pressure here right now. No push, really. I mean, it's a pretty cheap trade, but we might need to come back down here. This area, this is a little bit better. What leverage do you trade with? 44x leverage. Big Mo coming in hot. When does Trump, does anybody know when Trump speaks? He is speaking today, right? Mr. Trump, Mr. President of our 69th state. 2:30 Amsterdam time. That doesn't help me. He's gonna tell them how stupid they all are. That's all he's gonna do. Good afternoon, bro. Glad you're back. Good to see you, Mab. We're still very sick, but we're here. Have no fear. I gotta watch those coughs, man. I gotta watch the cough. Bitcoin pushing here. I took the Sol trade. Up $300. Stop loss to entry. Both of those wicks. I told you I was considering it. I don't know, guys. I ain't gonna tell you right away that I'm in a trade because I'm sick, man. I don't trust myself to. This is never financial advice. I'm just some fucking hobbit pooping his pants in his. You know what's the worst part about living in an igloo is that you can't hide the poo. When you poo, the snow is brown. It's always brown. Okay? You can't really hide it. Okay? So if you shit the bed, or if you it always ends up, there's no way to hide it. However, he is up to speak any minute, 8:30 to 9:15. As you get older, your trust in farts should be lessened. I mean, this morning I coughed twice and had to run to the washroom. I'm surprised I didn't run to the washroom earlier. Solana's going to do me dirty like this and come back for me. What do you guys think? Put a 1 in the chat if I should close it. Put a 2 in the chat to leave it. It might just close it for me. Well, God had a plan. Oh, well, $300, guys. $300 to start the day. First trade back. GG's in the chat. Can I get a GG? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Watch, it's going to absolutely rip now. That's how it goes, isn't it? They knew AlexOCrypto's order was there, so they came back for me. You can't think like that, by the way. You guys, we're not that important. Us retail people. We're not that important. We take what we can get. We take what we can get. Then we take another one. Be the turtle. Right? Be the turtle. Bitcoin. Oh, bear div. That's nasty. If you're short. Eesh, that's nasty. This is ugly, guys. This says that we're coming here. But hey, what do I know? That's Coinbase. Brian Armstrong says what? You tell him, Brian. Brian's going to bat for us, man. I like Brian. Brian's in it for the money too, but at least he wants. The good thing about Brian is that he wants people to compete. Okay, he wants here's the rules for the world, for cryptocurrency, for stable coins, for yield. He wants that to be laid out, and then he wants to compete. Okay, that's honorable. You look at these banks, they just want a fractional reserve. They want to lend out money. They want to make money off the spread. Okay, they don't even have a one-to-one backing up of the dollars that they're lending out to people. That's why the government has to keep bailing them out, because they're over-leveraged little bastards. Okay, it's crazy. It's crazy if you think about it. Check the live stream of Trump. Yeah, sure. Why is it so quiet?
Since the election, the stock market has set 52 all-time high records.
It's too quiet.
People are doing very well. They're very happy with me.
Why is it so quiet?
Inauguration, we've lifted more than 1.2 million people off of food stamps, and after 4 years in which Biden secured less than $1 trillion of new investment in our country. Think of that, $1 trillion, substantially less than that in 4 years.
I can't even turn it up.
Commitments for a record-breaking $18 trillion, and we think when the final numbers come out, they'll be closer to $20 trillion of investment. That's never been done by any country at any time, not even close. Just over 1 year ago, under the radical left Democrats, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, the United States economy is on pace to grow at double the rate that was projected by the IMF just last April. And with my growth and tariff policies, it should be much higher. I really believe we can be much higher than that.
Does it sound good now?
and this is all great news, and it's great for all nations.
How's the sound
USA
now?
is the economic engine on the planet, and when America booms, the entire world booms. It's been the history. When it goes
Sounds
bad,
good.
it goes bad.
Thank you,
all
Alex.
follow us down, and you follow us up, and we're at a point that I don't believe we've ever been. I never thought we could do it this quickly. My biggest surprise is I thought it would take more than a year, maybe like a year and 1 month. But it's happened very quickly. This afternoon, I want to discuss how we have achieved this economic miracle, how we intend to raise living standards for our citizens to levels
Coming
never
back into
seen
the order
before,
block now.
and perhaps how you too and the places where you come from can
5
do
minute
much
block
better
here.
by following what we're doing, because certain places in Europe are
Not
not
as good
even
as me, Golden.
recognizable, frankly, anymore.
I'm the
They're
best
not
at puking and
recognizable.
pooping.
And we can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody and say I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good, but it's not heading in the right direction. In recent decades, it became conventional wisdom in Washington and European capitals that the only way to grow a modern Western economy was through ever-increasing government spending, unchecked mass migration,
tap
and
here.
endless foreign imports. The consensus was that so-called dirty jobs and heavy industry should be sent elsewhere, that affordable energy should be replaced by the Green New Scam.
The
And
Green
that
New
countries could be
Scam.
propped up by importing new and entirely different populations from faraway lands. This was the path that Sleepy Joe Biden
Sellers stepping up
administration
here.
and many other
Big
Western
battle.
governments very foolishly followed, turning their backs on everything that makes nations rich and powerful and strong. And there's so much potential in so many nations. The result was record budget and trade deficits and a growing sovereign deficit driven by the largest wave of mass migration in human history. We've never seen anything like it.
We got 400 people
Quite
here,
frankly,
only
many parts
120
of our
likes,
world are being
man.
destroyed before our very
guys wouldn't
eyes,
mind.
and the leaders don't even understand
First day
what's
back,
happening.
guys.
And the ones that do understand aren't doing anything about it. Virtually all of the so-called experts predicted my plans to end this failed model
Thank you,
would
guys.
trigger a global recession and runaway inflation. But we have proven them wrong. It's actually just the opposite. In 1 year, our agenda has produced a transformation like America has not seen in over 100 years. Instead of closing down energy plants, we're opening them up. Instead of building ineffective, money-losing
What's going on,
windmills,
Randy? Good to see you.
we're taking them down and not approving any. Instead of empowering bureaucrats, we're firing them, and they're going out and getting jobs in the private sector for 2 and
Thank you,
3
V-Monitor.
times
God bless you, bro.
what they were making in government. So they started off hating me when we fired them, and now they love me. Instead of raising taxes on domestic producers, we're lowering them and raising tariffs on foreign nations to pay for the
I'm
damage
sick
that
as
they've
ever,
caused.
Randy.
In 12 months, we
I'm
have
surprised
removed
I'm even
over
live.
270,000 bureaucrats from the federal payrolls, the largest single-year reduction in government employment since the end of World War II. Nobody thought that was coming, but we had no choice. To make a country great, you can't have all federal jobs. We've cut federal spending by $100 billion and slashed the federal budget deficit by 27% in the single year. It's going to go down quite a bit more from that, driving inflation way down from the record highs of the Biden administration. Every month, they went up and up and up. I promised to cut 10 old regulations for
Chop in
every
the box, yeah. Doji engulfing right now.
single new
Trying to print a
regulation.
scandal here, looking
But instead,
strong.
I've cut actually till this point
Some strength coming in
129
here.
regulations for every
10
one new
seconds on this
regulation
candle.
approved. So every time they come in with a new regulation, we do at least 10, but so far it's averaging out to 129, if you can believe it. In July, we passed the largest tax cuts in American history, including no tax
Failure
on
to push
tips,
above.
no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. We also provided 100% expensing. That's the one they like. And bonus depreciation for all new equipment and capital investments to help companies
Continuation
expand
down.
and shift production to America.
See why you wait for the candle close here?
They
Because it
are
didn't close above here.
so in love
Failed
with
to push
that.
above,
They build a
closed down
plant,
below.
they're able to deduct
No engulfing.
it immediately,
Weakness,
the whole thing,
right?
rather than waiting 38 to 41 years in the old days. This is a miracle taking place. Nobody thought it would ever be done by any country, but it's done by us. It was what made my first term the most successful 4-year term that we've ever had from a financial standpoint. And now we've upped it. This is a 10-year program, not a 1-year program. But you're allowed to deduct everything in 1 year. It used to be
Good morning,
38 to
Jay
41
Violet.
years.
Good morning, Curtis Hill.
With tariffs, we've radically reduced our ballooning trade deficit, which was the largest in world history. We were losing more than $1 trillion every single year, and it was just wasted. It was going to waste. But in 1 year, I slashed our monthly trade deficit by a staggering 77%, and all of this with no inflation, something everyone said could not be done. There were a couple of brilliant people that actually thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was doing the right thing. Now they all think I'm doing the right thing because they can't believe the numbers. American exports are now up by more than $150 billion.
the stats aren't lying.
Domestic steel production is up by 300,000 tons a month, and it's doubling over the next 4 months. It's doubling and tripling, and we have steel plants being built all over the country. Nobody thought they'd see that. Factory construction is up by 41%, and that number is really going to skyrocket right now because that's during a process that they're putting in to get their approvals, and we've given very, very quick, fast approvals. In the process, we've made historic trade deals with partners covering 40% of all U.S. trade. Some of the greatest companies and countries in the world. We have countries as our partner, too. The European nations, Japan, South Korea. They're our partners. They've gone into massive deals with us, especially on oil and gas. And these agreements raise growth and cause stock markets to boom, not only in the U.S., but virtually every country that came to make a deal, because as you've
NASDAQ
learned,
pushing here.
when the United States goes up, you follow.
Triple bottom on
It's really
ES.
become a staple. In America, I've stopped the nation-wrecking energy policies that drive up prices while sending jobs
Still
and
concerning.
factories
Says
to the
lower
world's
for now.
worst
Lower for
polluters.
now.
They are indeed polluters under Sleepy Joe Biden.
Sleepy
Their
Joe.
domestic oil and gas leases fell by 95%. Think of that. And they wonder, why was gasoline going up so fast? The gasoline actually topped $5 a gallon, and some places $7 a gallon, and more than 100 major power plants were violently shut down by incompetent people that had no idea what the hell they were doing. Under my leadership, U.S. natural gas production
Thank you for the 10
is
maybe
at an
Band-Aid.
all-time high by far. U.S. oil
God bless you,
production
man.
is up by 730,000 barrels a day. And last week we picked up 50 million barrels from Venezuela alone. Venezuela has been an amazing place for so many years, but then they went bad with their policies. 20 years ago, it was a great country. And
Thank you,
now
maybe a
it's
Band-Aid. God bless you, bro.
got problems, but we're helping them. And those 50 million barrels, we're going to be splitting up with them, and they'll be making more money.
Yeah, it is cold
They've
up
made it
here.
a long time. Venezuela is going to do fantastically well.
Is it
We
cold down
appreciate
there,
all the
Randy?
Cooperation we've been
Thank you, maybe.
We've been giving great cooperation. Once the attack ended, and they
Try
said,
having
"Let's
it
make
was
a deal."
minus 34 here like 2
More
weeks
people
ago.
should do
So
that.
you guys don't even know what
But
cold
Venezuela
is.
is going to make more money in the next 6 months than they've made in the last 20 years. Every major oil company is coming in with us. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing to see. And the leadership of the country has been very good. They've been very, very smart. The price of gasoline is now below $2.50 a gallon in many states, $2.30 a gallon in most states. and we'll soon be averaging less than $2 a gallon. In many places, it's already down even lower, $1.95 a gallon. Numerous states are at $1.99, numbers that nobody has heard for years. Actually, since my last administration,
It was minus
we got it
32
down
here,
to
which is
around
minus
those numbers.
25 Fahrenheit.
I've signed an
MST
order
crypto.
directing and approval of many new nuclear reactors. We're going heavy into nuclear. I was not a big fan because I didn't like the risk, the danger, but they have the progress they've made with nuclear is unbelievable, and the safety progress they've made is incredible. We're very much into the world of nuclear energy.
66.
And we can have it now at
66.
good prices and very, very safe. And we're leading the world in AI
That's 10 degrees,
by
isn't
a
it?
lot.
That's
We're leading
15.
China by a lot. I think President Xi respects what we've done, in part because I've allowed these big companies building these massive buildings to build their own electric capacity. They're building their own power plants.
Nice
which
candle
when
here
added
for
up
Bitcoin.
is more than any country anywhere in the world is doing. I read recently an article in the Wall Street Journal that China's creating so much energy, and they are. You got to hand it to them. But we're creating as much or more, and we're letting them do that. I'm very proud of it. It was my idea. I said, you can't create this much energy. We needed more than double the energy currently in the country just to take care of the AI plants. And I said, we can't do that. We have an old grid system.
Big push here.
And I came up with the idea,
NASDAQ pushing,
brilliant,
Solana
get a lot of
pushing.
money. Let's see what
Nice
you can
candle
do.
here.
You can build your own electric generating plants. And they looked at me. They didn't believe me. All of the names that are, I think, in the room right now, if you want to know the truth, they didn't believe it. And I said, no, you can't. They came back 2 weeks and they didn't have the plant. They said, we thought you were kidding. I said, no, not only am I not kidding, you're going to have your approvals within 2 weeks. I always say nuclear will take 3 weeks, but most aren't going that. They're going oil and gas. They're even going coal in some cases. Because of my landslide
Still
election
waiting here.
victory, the United States avoided the catastrophic energy collapse which befell every European nation that pursued the Green New Scam, perhaps the greatest hoax in history.
The Green New Scam.
Windmills all over the place. Destroy your land. Destroy your land. Every time that goes around, you lose $1,000. You're supposed to make money with energy, not lose money. Here in Europe, we've seen the fate that the radical left tried to impose on America. They tried very hard. Germany now generates
Everything it
22%
goes
less
around,
electricity than
you
it did
lose
in 2017.
$1,000.
And it's not the current chancellor's fault. He's solving the problem. He's going to do a great job. But what they did before he got there, I guess that's why he got there. And electricity prices are 64% higher. The United Kingdom produces just 1/3 of the total energy from all sources that it did in 1999. Think of that, 1/3. And they're sitting on top of the North Sea, one of the greatest reserves anywhere in the world, but they don't use it. And that's one reason why their energy has reached catastrophically low levels with equally high prices. High prices, very low levels. Think of that, 1/3. And you're sitting on top of the North Sea. And they like to say, well, that's depleted. It's not depleted. It's got 500 years. They haven't even found the oil. The North Sea is incredible. They don't let anybody drill. Environmentally, they don't let them drill. They make it impossible for the oil companies to go. They take 92% of the revenues. So the oil companies say, we can't do it. They came to see me. Is there anything you can do? I want Europe to do great. I want UK to do great. They're sitting on one of the greatest energy sources in the world, and they don't use it. In fact, their
Nice push here.
electricity prices have soared 139%. There are windmills all over Europe.
Little
There are
trigger wave here,
windmills
pushing
all
out.
over the place, and they are losers.
Anchor trigger wave 8.
One thing I've noticed is that the more windmills a country has, the more money that country loses.
I'm
and
looking
the
for
worse that
strength here
country's
now.
doing.
Looking for this to break.
China makes almost all of the windmills.
Looking for this
And yet I
potentially.
haven't been able to find any wind farms in China. Did you ever think of that? It's a good way of looking at it. They're smart. China's very smart. They make
China
it, they
makes all
sell
the
them for a
windmills, but
fortune.
doesn't have a wind farm.
They sell them to the stupid people that buy them. But they don't use them themselves. They put up a couple of big wind farms, but they don't use them. They just put them up to show people what they could look like. They don't spin. They don't do anything. They use a thing called coal, mostly. But China
Big
goes with
buyers
the
stepping
coal.
up
They go
here,
with
guys.
oil and
Solana.
gas. They're starting to look at nuclear a little bit. And they're doing just fine.
CBD
They
pumping.
make a fortune selling the windmills, though. And I think really that's one that they wouldn't be surprised if it stopped. They are shocked.
Big seller
that
up top here, though.
It continues to go. They're very friendly with me.
I don't know if they're
They're
spoofing
shocked
this
that people
order, but
continue to buy those
definitely,
damn things.
definitely
They kill the
someone holding
birds and
price
ruin your
down here.
landscapes. Other than that, I think they're fabulous, by the way. Stupid people buy them. The consequences of such destructive policies have been stark, including lower economic growth, lower standards of living, lower birth rates, more socially disruptive migration, more vulnerability to hostile
SFP.
foreign adversaries, and much, much smaller militaries. The United States cares greatly about the people of Europe. We really do. I mean, look, I am derived from Europe. Scotland and Germany, 100% Scotland, my mother, 100% German, my father. And we believe deeply in the bonds we share with Europe
Scotland.
as a civilization. I want to see it do great. That's why issues like energy, trade, immigration, and economic growth must be central concerns to anyone who wants to see a strong and united West, because Europe and those countries have to do their thing.
China
They have
has
to get
robots
out of the
mining coal. Yeah.
culture that they've created over the last 10 years. It's horrible what they're doing to themselves. They're destroying themselves. It's beautiful, beautiful places. We want strong allies, not seriously weakened ones. We want Europe to be strong. Ultimately, these are matters of national security, and perhaps no current issue makes the situation more clear than what's currently going on with Greenland. Would you like me to say a few words of Greenland? I was going to leave it out of the speech, but I think I would have been reviewed very negatively. I have tremendous respect for both the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark, tremendous respect. But every NATO ally has an obligation to be able to defend their own territory. And the fact is, no nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States.
9 o'clock, everybody.
We're a great power, much greater than people
30
even
minutes till
understand.
market
I think
opens.
they found
Thank
that
you,
out 2
everybody, for
weeks
being
ago
here
in
and supporting the
Venezuela.
channel.
We
God
saw
bless you.
this in World War II.
Sorry I haven't been here.
When Denmark fell to Germany
It's been
after
coming out
just
both
6
ends.
hours
Let's
of
just leave it
fighting,
at that.
and was totally unable to defend either itself or Greenland. So the United States was then compelled, we did it, we felt an obligation to do it, to send our own forces to hold the Greenland territory. And hold it we did, at great cost and expense. They didn't have a chance of getting on it, and they tried. Denmark knows that. We literally set up bases on Greenland for Denmark. We fought for Denmark. We weren't fighting for anyone else. We were fighting to save it for Denmark. Big, beautiful piece of ice. It's hard to call it land. It's a big piece of ice. But we saved Greenland and successfully prevented our enemies from gaining a foothold in our hemisphere. So we did it for ourselves also. And then after the war, which we won it big. Without us, right now you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps.
A little.
After the war, we gave Greenland back to Denmark. How stupid were we to do that? But we did it. But we gave it back. But how ungrateful are they now? So now our country and the world face much greater risks than it did ever before because of missiles, because of nuclear, because of weapons of warfare that I can't even talk about. 2 weeks ago, they saw weapons that nobody ever heard of. They weren't able to fire one shot at us. They said, what happened? Everything was discombobulated. They said, we've got them in our sights. Press the trigger, and nothing happened. No anti-aircraft missiles went up. There was one that went up about 30 feet and crashed down right next to the people that sent it. They said, what the hell is going on? Those defensive systems were made by Russia and by China. So they're going to go back to the drawing boards, I guess. Greenland is a vast, almost entirely uninhabited and undeveloped territory that's sitting undefended in a key strategic location between the United States, Russia, and China. That's exactly where it is, right smack in the middle. Wasn't important nearly when we gave it back. You know, when we gave it back, it wasn't the same as it is now. It's not important for any other reason, you know, everyone talks about the minerals. There's so many places. There's no rare earth, no such thing as rare earth. There's rare processing, but there's so much rare earth. And this, to get to this rare earth, you got to go through hundreds of feet of ice.
What's going on, Stated?
That's not the reason we need
See
it.
everybody here. Thank you guys for being here, guys.
Strategic
450 people here, 193 likes. God bless you guys. Thank you for showing up. And
island is actually part of North America.
I'm sick as ever, but
the northern frontier of the Western
we're
Hemisphere.
here.
That's our territory.
We're here hanging out with you guys.
It is therefore
Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Subscribe if you're new. We're here live trading, showing you the trades, taking the trades.
It's been our policy
trying to make crypto
honest
honest again.
To prevent outside threats from entering our hemisphere, and we've done it very successfully.
Thank you for saying good morning, everybody.
Now. That's why American presidents have sought to purchase Greenland for nearly 2 centuries. You know, for 2 centuries they've been trying to do it. They should have kept it after World War II, but they had a different president. That's all right. People think differently.
Thanks, Jax.
Much more necessary now than it was at that time, however. In 2019, Denmark said that they would spend
I'm going to grab some more coffee, guys. I don't have to shit myself just
Greenland's
yet.
defenses. But as you know, they spent less than 1% of that amount. 1%. There's no sign of Denmark there. And I say that with great respect for Denmark, whose people I love, whose leaders are very good. It's the United States alone that can protect this giant mass of land, this giant piece of ice, develop it and improve it and make it so that it's good for Europe and safe for Europe and good for us. And that's the reason I'm seeking immediate negotiations to once again discuss the acquisition of Greenland by the United States, just as we have acquired many other territories throughout our history, as many of the European nations have. They've acquired. There's nothing wrong with it. Many of them, some went in reverse, actually, if you look. Some had great, vast wealth, great, vast lands all over the world. They went in reverse. They're stuck back where they started. That happens too. But some grow. But this would not be a threat to NATO. This would greatly enhance the security of the entire alliance, the NATO alliance. The United States is treated very unfairly by NATO. I want to tell you that. And when you think about it, nobody can dispute it. We give so much and we get so little in return. And I've been a critic of NATO for many years.
Whoa, what did I miss?
And yet I've done more to help NATO than any other president by far, than any other person.
What did I miss?
I wouldn't have NATO if I didn't get involved in my first term. The war
5K
with Ukraine
coffee.
is an example. We are thousands of miles away, separated by a giant ocean. It's a war that should have never started.
What did he say?
And it wouldn't have started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election.
Did Trump cough and shit
knows
himself?
That. They found out.
What?
People will soon be prosecuted for what they did.
What the fuck?
It's probably breaking news, but it should be. It was a rigged election. You can't have rigged
What did
elections.
he say?
You need strong borders, strong elections, and ideally a good press. I always say it. Strong borders, strong elections, free, fair elections. And
using Bitcoin to buy Greenland?
Terrible. It's very crooked. It's very biased, terrible. But someday it'll straighten out because it's losing all credibility. Think of it. When I went in a landslide, a giant landslide, won all 7 swing states.
What did he say?
Won the popular vote, won everything. And I only
What
get
did he
negative
say,
press.
guys?
That means that it has no credibility. And if they're going to get credibility, they're going to have to be fair. So you need a fair press. But you also need those other elements. And I inherited
Did he say something?
Terrible, terrible situation.
Changing Greenland
If you
to
look, the border was open. The
to
inflation
Orange
was
Land?
raging. Everything was bad with the United States when I came into office. But I also
Trump land?
inherited a mess with Ukraine and Russia, something that would have never happened. And I know Putin very well. He and I would discuss Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye, but he wasn't going to do anything. I said, Vladimir, you're not doing it. He would never have done it. It was terrible what happened. I could
He
see
just
it
pumped
happening,
and
too. After I
squeezed.
left, I could see it happening. Biden had given Ukraine and NATO $350 billion, a staggering sum, $350 billion. I came in, and just like the southern border,
NASDAQ
just
ripping?
like inflation, just like our economy, I said, wow, this place is
There's
in
some
trouble,
fucking expensive
meaning our
coffees,
country.
guys.
All of these things were out of control.
Aggressive moves through
But
VWAP
the
is
border
typically
was out of
bullish.
control. We fixed it with the strongest border anywhere in the world. And
I
I've
mean,
now
who's going to
been
catch this trade? Nobody.
working on this war for 1 year, during which time I settled 8 other wars. India, Pakistan. I settled other wars that were Vladimir Putin called me, Armenia, Azerbaijan. He said, I can't
want me to
believe
go
you
get
settled
coffee
that war.
again?
They were going on for 35 years. I settled it in 1 day.
That's some weird ass
And
coffee breaks, eh,
President
guys?
Putin called
How many
me.
times? What's that? 4
He said,
times
"You
now?
know, I
Alex
can't
goes for
believe I
coffee.
worked on that
Market.
war for 10 years
market
trying to settle
rips.
it. I couldn't do it. I said, do me a favor, focus on settling your war. Don't worry about that one. What does the United States get out of all of this work, all of this money, other than death,
make coffee
destruction,
again.
and massive amounts of cash going to people who don't appreciate what we do? They don't appreciate
This is a
what we
squeeze,
do.
guys.
Talking about NATO, I'm talking about Europe. They have to work on Ukraine. We don't. The United States is very far away. We have a big, beautiful ocean separating us. We have nothing to do with it. Until I came along, NATO was only supposed to pay 2% of GDP, but they weren't paying. Most of the countries weren't paying anything. The United States was paying for virtually 100% of NATO. And I got that stopped. I said, that's not fair. But then,
That
more
is true,
importantly,
man.
I got NATO to pay 5%, and now they were paying, and now they are paying. So something nobody said was possible. They said, we will never go up higher than 2%. But they went to 5%, and now they're paying the 5. They didn't pay the 2, and now they're paying the 5. And they're stronger for it, and they have an excellent, by the way, Secretary General, who's possibly in the room.
He needs Greenland for minerals.
Mark, are you here? Yes, he's here. Hello, Mark. We never asked for
Yeah,
anything,
this is true, Milan.
and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force, where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland, where we already had it.
VWAP
as a
retest
trustee,
continuation.
But respectfully returned it back to Denmark not long ago, after we defeated the Germans, the Japanese, the Italians, and others in World War II. We gave it back to them. We were a powerful force then, but we are a much more powerful force now. After I rebuilt
Put a 1
the
in the
military
chat if you're
my
long.
first term and continue to do so today, we have a budget of $1.5 trillion.
Market open in 20 minutes.
We're bringing back battleships. The battleship is 100 times more powerful than the great battleships you saw in World War II. Those
You
great,
guys all
big,
FOMO'd in,
gorgeous
eh?
ships, the Missouri, the Iowa, the Alabama.
FOMO.
Because I thought maybe we could take them out
I'm
of
calling you out,
mothballs. They
FOMOs.
said, no, sir, these ships are 100, think of that, 100 times more powerful than those big big, magnificent pieces of art that you saw so many times ago that you still see on television. You say, wow, what a force. 100 times, each ship 100 times
Sweep of the
more
highs here on
powerful
Solana.
than the
This
big
is cautionary
battleships
here.
of the past. So that was the end of the mothball story. So what we have gotten out of NATO is nothing except to protect Europe from the Soviet Union and now Russia. I mean, we've helped them for so many years. We've never gotten anything, except we pay for NATO. And we paid for many years until I came along. We paid for, in my opinion, 100% of NATO because they weren't paying their bills. And all we're asking for is to get Greenland, including right title and ownership, because you need the ownership to defend it.
Either.
You can't defend it on a lease.
Half a position.
Number one,
Stop loss
legally
to
it's
entry.
not defensible that way, totally.
Look at all the
And
ones in
number
the
two,
chat.
psychologically,
You
who
guys
the
are
hell
so
wants to
disciplined,
defend
man.
a license agreement or a lease, which is a large
I
piece
can't
of
talk
ice
shit
in the
because
middle of the
I got
ocean
into
where
tilt, so.
if there is a war, much of the action will take place on that piece of ice. Think of it. Those missiles would be flying right over the center of that piece of ice. All we want from Denmark for national and international security and to keep our very energetic and dangerous potential enemies at bay is this land on which we're going to build the greatest golden dome ever built. We're building a golden dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your Prime Minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful.
No.
But they should be grateful to us.
Mark Carney.
Canada
Absolute
lives
knob
because
cheese.
of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements. What we did for Israel was amazing.
Canada's retarded.
But that's nothing compared to what we have planned for the United States, Canada, and the rest of the world. We are going to build a dome like no other. We did it. We did it for Israel. And by the way, I told Bibi, stop taking credit for the dome.
Quick scalp. Here
That's
it
our
comes.
technology. That's our stuff.
Golden
But they had
Dome
a lot of
land.
courage, and they were good fighters, and they did a good
Canada's
job. And
next.
we wiped
Yeah.
out the
Hopefully,
Iran
man.
nuclear threat
We
like
need lower
nobody can
taxes.
believe. Nobody's ever seen
40,
anything like
47%
it.
taxes in
Venezuela,
Canada. For what?
taking down Soleimani, wiping out al-Baghdadi when he tried to reinstitute ISIS. We did a lot. I did a lot of big things, all perfectly executed. Everyone was perfectly executed. Somebody told me that, a military expert told me,
Canada's
sir,
lost,
everything you've
man.
done has been perfectly executed. I said, I know. So other presidents have spent, whether foolishly or not, trillions and trillions of dollars.
Put a
on
one in the
NATO
chat if you want me to go
and
get more
gotten
coffee.
absolutely nothing in return. We've never asked
I'm
for
starting to
anything.
feel sick.
It's always a one-way street. Now they want us
I don't
to help
feel
them
well
with
at all.
Ukraine. And we say, we're going to. I'm really helping, not even them. I want to see, last week, if you saw, it was 10,000 soldiers, but last month it was 31,000 soldiers died. 31,000. That's this room times, the number of people in this room times 30. Think of it. 30,000 soldiers died in 1 month. The month before it was 27,000. The month before that it was 28,000. The month before that it was 25,000. It's a bloodbath.
Go
over
rest.
there.
We need you at a hundo.
And that's what I want to stop. It doesn't help the United States, but these are souls. These are young people. Look like you.
I'll be
look like
done
some
after
of
the
you right
stream
in the
here,
front
guys.
row.
Market open in
They go to
14
war,
minutes.
Their parents are so proud. Oh, there
See
he
if I
goes,
can do
comes
the
back.
stream and then
2 weeks later,
then
they
I'll
get a
go
call.
and
Your
go
son's
back to
head's been
bed.
blown off. I want to stop it. It's a horrible war. It's the worst since World War II. They keep going. They'll exceed World War II. The numbers are staggering, how many people they've lost. They don't want to talk about it. Ukraine and Russia lost just tremendous amounts. And I'm dealing with President Putin, and he wants to make a deal, I believe. I'm dealing with President Zelensky, and I think he wants to make a deal. I'm meeting him today. He might be in the audience right now. But they got to get that war stopped because too many people are dying, needlessly dying. Too many souls are being lost. It's the only reason I'm interested in doing it. But in doing it, I'm helping Europe, I'm helping NATO, and I've until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me. They called me daddy, right, last time. Very smart man said, he's our daddy. He's running it. I was like running it. I went from running it to being a terrible human being. But now what I'm asking for is a piece of ice, cold and poorly located, that can play a vital role in world peace and world protection. It's a very small ask.
He needs a piece of ice.
Compared to what we have given them for
Everybody.
many decades. But the problem with NATO is that
I'm looking
we'll
here,
be
guys.
there for them 100%. But I'm not sure that they'd be there for us if we gave them the call.
The VWAP slap was along here.
Gentlemen, we are being attacked. We're under attack by such and such a nation. I know them all very well. I'm not sure that they'd be there. I know we'd be there for them. I don't know that they'd be there for us. So with all of the money we expend, with all of the blood, sweat, and tears, I don't know that they'd be there for us. They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money. But that dip is peanuts compared to what it's gone up. And we have an unbelievable future in that stock. That stock market is going to be doubled. We're going to hit 50,000, and that stock market's going to double in a relatively short period of time.
It's going to
because
double.
of everything that's happening. But this is a good example. After giving NATO and European nations trillions and trillions of dollars in defense.
500
they
people
buy
in
our
here.
weapons. We make the
222
greatest weapons in the
likes.
world,
Thank
but
you,
now we're
guys.
going to make them faster.
Sorry I
much
haven't been
faster. You
around.
saw
I've been
that.
sick as
I
a
put
dog,
cap
but
on the salaries.
grateful for all you
And I put
guys
no buybacks,
hanging out
no
here,
stock
supporting the
buybacks,
channel.
No
If you're new here, join the
various
Discord.
other things that they were doing.
I'm working on
They
a
were
deal with
making
Bitunix to get you guys
$50
like
million, but it
a
would take them
cashback
3 years to
deal,
give you a
sacrificing.
Patriot missile. I said, that's not good. My chauffeur can
Sacrifice.
do a
I
better
asked them
job
to
than
take the
that.
commission off,
And he
and they
makes
said they can
slightly
only
less
take a
than
certain
50.
amount off for you guys.
They
And
make
hopefully,
big salaries. If they're going to make those
get
big
you guys one of
salaries,
the
they're gonna
best
have to
deals
produce a
for
lot faster.
Bitunix.
The good news is we have the greatest equipment
I'm
in
working
the world.
on
Now
that
we're gonna
right
start
now.
making it a lot faster. They're going to build additional plants.
I never show
And all of the
exchanges,
money that
but
goes
I
into
figured I'd get you guys
stock buybacks
a
is
good
gonna go
deal
into
on
building
that, so I'm
plants.
working
We're not
on
allowing
that.
stock buybacks by defense
Discord's
companies
been on
any longer.
fire.
They're going to build new plants to make
I'm grateful for you
Tomahawks,
guys.
Patriots. We have the best
Thank you
equipment.
for supporting the channel.
F-35s, F-47, the new one just coming out. They say it's the most devastating plane, fighter jet ever. Who knows? They called it 47. If I don't like it, I'm going to take the 47 off it. I wonder why they called it 47. I have to think about that. But if I don't like it, I'm going to take that 47 off. But it's supposed to be the stage 6. It's supposed to be the first stage 6 plane, undetectable, like our B-2 bombers were undetectable. They flew right over Iran. They were undetectable. And they did their job, and they got the hell out of there. So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember. A strong and secure America means a strong NATO, and that's one reason why I'm working every day to ensure our military is very powerful, our borders are very strong, and above all, our economy is strong because national security requires economic security and economic prosperity, and we have the greatest that we've ever had. Biden and his allies destroyed our economy and gave us perhaps the worst inflation in American history. They say 48 years, I say forever, but I think 48 years is the equivalent to forever. Whether it's 48 years or ever, it's terrible. Costing the typical family $33,000. What they did to this country should never, ever be forgotten. It's early, but he has to be rated as the worst president we've ever had by far. The auto pen did much of the damage. the auto pen. He was the auto pen president, because I don't believe a sane president would have ever signed the kind of things that he signed. But now grocery prices, energy prices, airfares, mortgage rates, rent, and car payments are all coming down, and they're coming down fast.
There's
We
no way.
inherited a mess,
Red line.
but we've done a hell of a job in 12
I mean, as
months.
soon as he announced those
Under my
tariffs,
most
they
favored
all
nation
ran
policy
pretty
for
quickly,
drug
didn't they?
prices, the cost of prescription drugs is coming down by up to
Pretty
90%, depending on the way you calculate. You could also say 5, 6, 7, 800%. There are two ways of figuring that. But we have a favored nations policy that every president wanted, no president was able to get. I got it, and other nations approved it. And I had to use tariffs in order to get it because they said, no way. In other words, a pill that costs 10% in London costs $130. Think it costs $10 in London, costs $130.
How about that pink box, baby?
In New York or in Los Angeles. And I'd say, boy, that's bad. Friends of mine would say, you know, we go to London, you can buy the stuff for nothing. We go all over the world, we could buy it for nothing. Because basically America was subsidizing every nation in the world. Because presidents allowed them to get away with it. It became very tough. So when
Market
I called
open
up
in 7 minutes, everybody.
Emmanuel Macron, I watched him yesterday with those beautiful sunglasses. What the hell happened?
Those beautiful sunglasses.
But I watched him sort of be tough. But he was at $10 for a pill. And I said, Emmanuel, and I have all the big pharmaceutical companies are in total agreement. It wasn't easy, by the way. They're tough, smart. They've been getting away with the scam for a long time. But they gave it up. But they said, you'll never get the countries to approve it. I said, why is that? Because they won't. They always say,
Nice
we're not
push
paying
here.
anymore. Get the rest for the United States. So over the years,
Don't
they
worry,
stayed
guys.
the
I
same.
feel
We
the
just went
FOMO
up,
too.
up,
I'm
up.
not in any trades.
And I mean, we would pay 13,
Still waiting. I show you
14,
guys the
15
trades. I
times
take
more
the trades. We're up
than
300
certain
and something
countries would.
dollars
So
today.
I said, no, they'll approve it 100%. Sir, you'll never get them to approve it. I said,
One
I
nice
guarantee you,
little
but I
scalp
actually
long in
sided with
here.
Emmanuel, who probably is in the room too.
Went for a coffee.
And I like him.
Missed out on
Actually, like him. Hard to
$5,000.
believe, isn't it?
Typical, eh?
And I said,
Typical.
Emmanuel, you're going to have to lift the price of that pill to $20, maybe $30. Think of that. That means it's a doubling of prescription drugs.
It's gonna dump.
Might be
Yeah,
a tripling, might
probably.
be a quadrupling.
They're
It's not
chopping
easy.
longs right now for
no,
damn
no,
sure.
No, Donald, I will not do that. I said,
6
yes,
minutes,
you will,
guys.
100%. He said, no, no, no. You're asking me to double. I said, Emmanuel, you've been taking advantage of the United States for 30 years with prescription drugs. You really should do it, and you will do it. I have no doubt. In fact, I am 100% sure you're going to. No, 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 I will not do it. Because, yes, in all fairness, he has to
Long
double.
coffee, yeah.
Or triple.
Printer.
Because the world being a bigger place
Coffee
than the
is a
United
printer.
States, it's not that you meet in the middle. You just have to go up some. And we come down a lot. They go up a little, we come down a lot.
I do not feel well.
So we're at $130. They're at 10. So they may have to go to 20 or 30. No more than that. I said, Emmanuel, you're going to be doubling or tripling? No, no, no. I said,
Oh, this
here's
should
the
be on
story,
live
Emmanuel.
chat.
The answer is you're going to do it. You're
Thank
gonna
you,
do it
everybody, for being
fast.
here and
And if you don't, I'm
supporting the
putting
channel,
a 25%
smacking like
tariff
buttons,
on everything
subscribing
that
if
you
you're new. We're
sell
here
to the
live
United
trading
States, and a
every day, except when
100%
we're
tariff on
pooping
your
and
wines and
puking.
champagnes.
Been sick, but
And
we're
that's
here
about
today.
10 times more than what
Not
I'm
feeling too hot,
requesting.
but happy to
And
be
you're
here
gonna
with you
do it. I
guys.
don't want to go public with it.
Thank
but
you guys
may
for
make
supporting
me
the
do
channel.
that. No, no, Donald, I will do it. I will do
Less
it.
coffee, more water. I got water here too,
It
don't
took
worry.
me, on average, 3 minutes a country.
Salute.
Saying the same thing, you will do it. They all said, no, 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 I will not do it. You're asking me to double the cost of prescription. I said, that's right, because you've been screwing us for
Smoke some
30
weed.
years.
Take a nap. I don't blaze
And they
anymore,
said, "We
man.
will
That
not
was
do
like
it."
a
I
long
said,
time.
that's all right. On Monday
That was a long
morning,
time
we're
ago.
putting a
A long,
25,
long
30,
time
50. I
ago.
gave different numbers for different countries. This is also national security we're talking about. Not fair. We're not going to subsidize the whole world. And every one of those countries have agreed to do it. So one of the biggest things that I've done is the fact that we have now most favored nation. We will pay whatever the lowest price is in the entire world. So our drug prices are going to be coming down by staggering 90%. Again, you could say 1,000%, 2,000%.
Shopping longs up top here. 3 minutes.
We'll go with the way the fake news.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
It sounds. Can you imagine a 90% reduction? Sounds much worse. But drug prices are going to be coming down tremendously in all the nations, and I appreciate them doing it. But they did it, in all fairness, without tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to get it done.
Please go get a pot of coffee.
$3,000 under Biden. Real
Cup of coffee equals $1,000 move. A pot of coffee equals
$2,000,
$10,000.
and even $5,000 and more. Home ownership has always been a symbol of health and vigor of American society, but that goal fell
Dope is
out of
for
reach
dopes,
for
man.
millions,
I mean,
millions of people
I
in the
smoked
Biden
more
era because interest rates
weed
went
than
up
most
so
people.
high.
But
Today, I'm taking action to bring back
I gave
this
it up
bedrock of the
7
American
years
dream.
ago.
In recent years, Wall Street giants and institutional investment firms, many of you are here, many of you are good friends of mine, many of you are supporters. Sorry to do this, Joe. I'm so sorry.
Gave it all up, man.
But you've driven up housing prices by purchasing hundreds of thousands of single-family homes, and it's been a great investment for them. Often as much as 10% of houses on the market. You know, the crazy thing is a person can't get depreciation on a house, but when a corporation buys it, they get depreciation. Okay, that's something we're going to have to think about, too. I don't know if too many people think about that. You buy a corporation, they buy 500 houses. They buy hundreds of thousands. They buy 500 houses. They can take depreciation.
Market open in 2 minutes.
A person sweats and works and
Nasdaq
buys one
climbing.
house they can't.
Sweep of the highs here.
But homes are built for people, not for corporations, and America will not become a nation of renters. We're not going to do that. That's why I have signed an executive order banning large institutional investors from buying single-family homes. It's just not fair to the public. They're not able to buy a house. And I'm calling on Congress to pass that ban into permanent law, and I think they will. One of the biggest barriers to saving for a down payment has been surging credit card debt. The profit margin for credit card companies now exceeds 50%, one of the biggest. And they charge Americans interest rates of 28%, 30%, 31%, 32%.
30% interest.
Usury.
That's so disgusting.
So to help our citizens recover from the Biden disaster, all caused by this horrible, just horrible precedent, I'm asking Congress to cap credit card interest rates at 10% for 1 year. And this will help millions of Americans save for a home. They have no idea they're paying 28%. They go out there a little late in their payment and they end up losing their house.
Market is open.
To unleash innovation and savings and financing, I'm also working to ensure America remains the crypto capital of the world. And to that end, last year I signed the landmark Genius Act into law. Now Congress is working very hard on crypto market structure legislation, Bitcoin, all of them, which I hope to sign very soon, unlocking new pathways for Americans to reach financial freedom. And I did it for two reasons. Number one, I thought it was politically good, and it was. I got tremendous political support. But more importantly, China wanted that market too. It's just like they want the AI. And we've got that market, I think, pretty well locked up. If I didn't do it, you know, Biden was totally against it.
Big gap up for the S&P.
When they realized that, you know, there were millions of people voting
Nasdaq
against
pump and dump.
Crypto.
Bitcoin trying to push here.
And they loved it very much, but it was too late. They blew it.
He's talking about crypto, guys. Here we go.
It is politically popular, but it's much more importantly, we have to make it so that China doesn't get the hold of it. And once they have that hold, we're not going to be able to get it back. So I'm honored to have done it. Finally, I've instructed government-backed institutions to purchase up to $200 billion in mortgage bonds to bring down interest rates. And I'll be announcing a new Fed chairman in the not-too-distant future. I think he'll do a
Trapping traders, man.
See, I gave away some of it.
No trade here. Still waiting.
Away, so
no trade.
Get something. But somebody that's very respected. They're all respected. They're all great. Everyone that I interviewed is great. Everyone could do, I think, a fantastic job. Problem is
NASDAQ
they change
rolling
once
over.
They get the job. They do.
SPY flat.
You know, they're saying everything I want to hear, and then they get the job. They're locked in for 6 years. They get the job, and all of a sudden, let's raise rates a little bit. I call them, sir, we'd rather not talk about this. It's amazing how
Bitcoin
people
failing to
change
push here,
once they have the
overextended.
job. It's too bad. Sort of disloyalty, but
Into a sell wall
they
here,
gotta do
liquidity
what they
sweep.
think is right. We have a terrible chairman right now, Jerome Too Late Powell. He's always too late.
Jerome Too Late Powell.
And he's very
Let's
late
go,
with
baby.
interest rates, except
500
before the
people in
election,
here.
He was just fine for the other side. So we're going to have somebody that's great, and we hope he does the right job. Last week, the average 30-year mortgage rate dropped below 6% for the first time in many years. Another major factor in driving
No
up
follow
housing
through on
costs was
market
the
open
mass
here
invasion
concerning.
of our borders. And I have to say one thing about housing, because nobody ever says this. I am very protective of people that already own a house, of which we have millions and millions and millions. And because we have had such a good run, the house
Big sweep here on
values have gone
Solana.
up tremendously. And these people have become wealthy. They weren't wealthy. They become wealthy because of their house. And every time
Failing
you
to
make
follow
it
through
more
here
and
on
more
Solana.
and more affordable for somebody to buy a house cheaply, you're actually hurting the value of those houses, obviously, because the one thing works in tandem
trade
with the
here.
other. And I don't want
SPY
to do
rotating
anything that's
down.
going to hurt the value
NASDAQ
of people
rolling
that own
over.
a house who, for the first time in their
Bitcoin
lives,
trying to push
are
here.
walking around the streets of whatever city they're in, very proud that their house is worth $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. Now, if I want to really crush the housing market, I could do that so fast that people could buy houses, but you would destroy a lot of people that already have houses. In some cases, they've mortgaged their house, and the mortgage would be very low. And all of a sudden, the mortgage without any changes becomes very high, and they end up
NASDAQ
losing
trying to
the
hold
house.
here. No trade
I'm
here.
not gonna
Still
hurt,
waiting.
And I speak with Scott, who's doing a fantastic job, and Howard, who's doing a fantastic job, and all of my people. And I always say, look, I can crush the hell out of the market. We can drop interest rates to a level, and that's one thing we do want to do. That's natural. That's good for everybody. The dropping of the interest rates, we should be paying a much lower interest rate than we are. We should be paying the lowest interest rate of any
Trying to
country
follow
in the
through
world.
here.
Because without the United States, you don't have a country. I mean, I had a case with Switzerland. We happened to be in Switzerland. Maybe I'll give you a quick story. But they were paying nothing. They make beautiful watches, great watches, Rolex, all of them. They were paying nothing to the United States when they sent their product in. And we had a $41 billion deficit. $41 billion with this beautiful place. Flew over.
No trade
isn't it
here.
nice?
Imagine being
So
that one
I
guy
said, let's
standing
put a
on the
30%
sitting on the
tariff
stage
on
there.
them so that we get back some of
Fucking
it, not all of it at
weirdo.
all. We
Everybody's
still have
looking
a
at him, too.
deficit, big deficit. We had 41 million. That's a big deficit. And I said, let's put a tariff on. Different tariffs, different places. You're all party to them. In some cases, victims to them. But in the
I'm
end,
ready
it's a
for
fair thing. And
I'm
most
ready
of you
for bed.
realize that.
Some tea,
But we put a 30%
some oranges,
tariff on
electrolytes.
Switzerland, and all hell broke loose. They were calling, like you.
Good morning,
wouldn't believe.
Jeanette. Good to see you.
And I know so many people from Switzerland. Incredible place, incredible, brilliant place. But I didn't realize that they're only good because of us. And there's so many other examples. Us, probably other places, but a majority of the money they make is because of
Zinc.
us. 'Cause
I gotta get zinc.
we never charged them.
Isn't that a
anything.
metal?
So they come in, they sell their watches.
Everybody,
No tariffs.
Tell me all of
nothing.
your-
They walk
your
away, they make
secrets.
$41
what is
billion.
what is your
On just
secret
us.
remedy
So
to
I
getting
said, no,
to
we can't
feeling
do
better?
that. So I'm going to bring it up. I'm still
I know you guys all
we
have
have
one.
a deficit pretty substantial, but I brought it up to 30%. And I guess Prime Minister, I don't think President. I think
So
Prime
my
Minister
Italian
called a woman,
background,
and she was.
we used to get the
very
grappa, which is
repetitive.
moonshine.
She said, no, you cannot do that. 30%.
You get the grappa.
You cannot do that. We are a small,
Then you boil
small
milk.
country. I said,
You
yeah, but
pour
you
the
have a big,
grappa,
big
like 3
deficit.
shots of grappa
You
in the
may be
milk,
small, but you have a big
and you drink
deficit
the
to
milk
big
before
countries.
bed
He said, no,
with
no,
the
no,
grappa,
please, you cannot do it. Kept saying the same
and you
thing
go to
over
bed
and
with
over.
all of
You're
your
a small
covers on,
country.
like all
I said, but you're a big country.
of
in
your
terms of-
blankets,
and
you
she
wake up in a
just rubbed
puddle
me the wrong way,
because you
I'll be honest.
sweat it out, right?
And I said, all right, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Do not do this.
That's my
Thank
family
you very much, ma'am. And I made
remedy.
it 39%. And then
NyQuil.
all hell really broke out. And I was paid visits by everybody. Rolex came
I've
to see
drinking
me.
so
They
much
all
water.
came to see me. But I realized, and I reduced it, because I don't want
Onions,
to hurt
garlic, broccoli.
people. I don't want to hurt them. And we brought it down to a, lower level.
Tea, lemon
Doesn't
juice,
mean it's
honey.
not going up,
Then Dayquil.
but we brought it down to a lower level. But they pay now, tariff. But I realized that we have many places like that where they're making a fortune because of the United States. Without the United States, they wouldn't be making anything. Think of it. Switzerland made $41 billion on us. And as she said, it's a small place. And I realized with that, I don't know, it was so, because she was so aggressive. And I realized
I'm still
in that
waiting here, guys. No
conversation that
trade
the
yet.
United States
No trade yet.
is keeping
Still
the
waiting.
whole world afloat. Many places, I could give you 6, 7 places just in the people in this little area. I know every one of them. They're looking down. They don't want to see me. They don't want to stare me in the eyes. But they're taking advantage of, everybody took advantage of the United States. But I've been very fair, and I gave them a tariff, and it was fine. But I realized that without us, it's not Switzerland anymore. Without us, it's not any of the countries that are represented here. And we want to work with the countries. We want to work with them. We're not looking to destroy them. I could have said 39, 40%. I could have said I want a 70% tariff, then we make money with Switzerland. But Switzerland would have been probably destroyed, financially destroyed. I don't want to do that. But we should be paying the lowest interest rate of everybody. I hope Scott's listening to this, because we should be paying the lowest interest rate of everybody. Without us, most of the countries don't even work. And then you have the protection factor. Without our military, which is the greatest in the world by far, without our military, you have threats that you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe. You don't have threats because of us, and that's because of NATO. One other thing, and I have to say it so importantly, in the old days, and I used to say I'm the youngest in the room. Now I'm among the older. I hate to say it. I don't feel old, but I'm among the older. But I remember not long ago, 20, 25 years ago, when good news came out about, let's say, the United States. The United States had a great quarter. The United States had a great month. All the stocks went up. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Now when they say the United States had a record quarter, it's unbelievable how well it's doing, all the stocks crash because they say, oh no, inflation, they're going to raise interest rates. And they do. Some of these stupid people like Powell, they raise interest rates. And what they do is they stop you from being successful. It used to be when we had a great quarter, a great month, great earnings, great anything, any good news, the stock market went up. That's the way it's going to be. We got to do that again, because that's the way it should be. Now when we have a great month, they want to kill it. Like we did over 5%. People were surprised. We should do 20%. We could do 25%. When we announce good numbers, and the reason is they're so petrified of inflation. And growth doesn't mean inflation. We've had tremendous growth with very low inflation. In fact,
NASDAQ rolling
growth can
over,
fight
SPY rolling
inflation,
over.
proper growth. So we want to get back to the days when we announce great numbers, because we're going to be announcing phenomenal. You know, all these factories that are being built at record, thousands of businesses are being built right now. Remember, $18 trillion
SPY coming down.
I think the second number is 3. And that was China many years ago.
Bitcoin rolling over.
Investments in the country from outside. 18 trillion, nobody's ever seen. And that's money coming in and building things, factories. Thousands of businesses are being built, thousands. Hundreds of big factories, car plants are moving back to the United States. They're coming in from Canada. They're coming in from Mexico, from Japan. Japan's coming in and building plants here in order to avoid tariffs.
Japanese.
They're coming in from China. They're coming in from all over the world. We have more plants being built now, car plants, than we've ever had built, even in the heyday from the 1940s and 50s. And they're bigger. They don't use renovations anymore where they take an old plant, they rip it down, they build a brand new plant, super modern plant. But it's happening at levels that nobody's ever seen. In 2024, the U.S. built less than 2 million new homes, but Biden admitted more than 8 million new migrants. And those days are over. In 2025, for the first time in 50 years, the United States had reverse migration. Boy, that was nice. And these were criminals that were being taken out of our country because they allowed people to come into our country from jails,
Still no trade.
from gangs, drug dealers, murderers. 11,888 murderers. We've gotten most of them out. And then ICE gets beat up by stupid people from
Just chop here, guys.
leadership in
Leverage
Minnesota.
traders longs in here.
We actually are helping Minnesota so
I wouldn't
much, but they
be
don't
surprised you
appreciate
get
it. Most
slapped
places do.
down,
You know, Washington,
recover,
D.C. is the
and then
safest
go.
place now in the United States. It was a very dangerous place to walk, and now you can walk with your wife, your kids, right through the middle of the city. Right now, Washington, D.C. is as safe as it gets. It was one of the most unsafe, I had to admit. We sent in the military, the National Guard. Within 2 months, it was great. Within
What's going
3
on,
months,
Sniper?
it's
Good to
like-
see you, bro.
It's like a really great place and a safe place and a beautiful place.
Nick
It's even been
Musgrave,
cleaned up. The
Army
graffiti's
Piper.
gone. The fences
feel
are
sick,
gone. We
man.
don't have to worry about fences anymore. All of the places, the grasses are cut and replaced with new grass in many cases. It's all going to happen in the spring. But Washington and D.C. is beautiful again, and it's safe. New restaurants are opening up. They were all closing. Now you can't get into a restaurant. Restaurants in Washington, D.C. are all opening. Memphis also, Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana. We're there for
Let's
3
go.
weeks. We've cut the crime down to by 64%.
Nick Musgrave, it's past your
within
bedtime, bro.
Another month, we'll have virtually
God
no
bless you,
crime
man.
there. We can do that all over. We're going to help the people in California. We want to have no crime. I know Gavin was here. I used to get along so great with Gavin when I was president. Gavin's a good guy. And we're going to, if he needed it, I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd love to see. We did help them a lot in Los Angeles, a lot with the early in my term when they had some problems. But we would love to do it. I will say
I got
this, if I
some
were
sort of
Democrat governor or
flu,
whatever,
man. Puking,
I would
pooping.
call up Trump.
You
I'd
name
say,
it.
come on in.
I got
Make
it.
us look good.
Every orifice of my
Because we're
body.
cutting crime down to nothing. And we're taking people out, career criminals, who are only going to do bad things, and we're bringing them back to their countries. But where we've done it, it's been
My wife's
amazing.
mad at me for
And we
working
have a
today.
capacity to do it at much greater levels. We're cutting illegal aliens off welfare and other government benefits, and I have directed that starting immediately, there will be no more
Good morning,
payments
Matthew.
to
Good morning,
sanctuary
everybody.
cities because they are really just sanctuaries for criminals. They're really protecting criminals, and those are the ones we have to get out of the country. Murderers, drug dealers, the mentally insane. They emptied their mental institutions into the United States. And despite that, we have the lowest crime numbers that we've ever had in the history of the country. Just came out. But equally importantly, we're cracking down on more than $19 billion in fraud that was stolen by
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Somalian bandits. Can you believe that Somalian? They turned out to be higher IQ than we thought. I always say these are low IQ people. How did they go into Minnesota and steal all that money? And we have, you know, they're pirates. They're good pirates, right? But we shoot them out of the water just like we shoot the drug boats out. They're not pirating too many boats.
They're good
lately, do you
pirates.
notice? When they go out into those boats, they want to take over a $1.5 billion tanker loaded up with oil. And they say, we're going to blow up your boat. They have powerful weapons. You hit the side of the boat, you blow the whole thing up. The insurance companies are petrified. So they say, just give them the boat. We'll give them money instead. And I don't do that. We blow them right the hell out of the water. We see them going out, we blow them out of the water. We don't have any pirates so much anymore.
Can we get
do,
some
they won't be
R's in the
alone.
chat? Let's just see
We've cut
R's.
down with the
R's in the
hitting
chat.
of the
For the
boats that are
pirates.
loaded up with drugs, including submarines. Can you believe they actually buy small, they call them mini subs, very fast. They're meant for drugs.
Fuck.
We've knocked out 2 of them. The Democrats say they were fishing. You have
I missed you guys,
ruined
man.
somebody's fishing weekend, I would say. A
Cocaine
submarine is not a
fisheries.
fishing boat. You don't fish.
Arr.
But we've knocked down drugs by water, the oceans.
I am the
sea,
captain now.
By 97.2%. Think of that. And I actually say, who the hell are the 3%? Because I would not want to be piloting one of those boats. We knocked them down, and now we're going to start on land. We're going to knock it all out. The land is the easy part. What we did on sea is incredible, and that's our great military. The situation in Minnesota reminds us that the West cannot mass import foreign cultures, which have failed to ever build a successful society of their own. I mean, we're taking people from Somalia, and Somalia is a failed, it's not a nation. Got no government, got no police, got no military, got no nothing.
I am the captain now.
And then we have this fake congressperson who they just reported is worth $30 million.
This is going to pump now.
You believe this?
That was the one right here. Here we go.
Talking about the Constitution.
Pump it, baby.
Provides me.
For all
She
those
comes
people
from
who
a
got
country
long
that's
during
not
my
a country,
coffee.
And she's telling us how to run America. Not going to get away with it much longer, let me tell you.
Bump it,
The
baby.
explosion of prosperity and conclusion and progress that built the West did not come from our tax codes. It ultimately came from our very special
NASDAQ
culture.
pumping. Spies pumping. Bitcoin's about to pump, baby.
And Europe have in
I'm giving
common.
everybody the
We share it.
FOMO.
We share it, but we have to keep it strong. We have to become stronger, more successful, and more prosperous than ever. We have to defend that culture and rediscover the spirit that lifted the West from the depths of the Dark Ages to the pinnacle of human achievement. We live in a incredible, changing period. It's an unbelievable time, but we have to take advantage of the time that we're in. In our hands are technologies that our ancestors could scarcely have. I mean, they couldn't have even dreamt some of the things that we see today.
Can we get a VWAP slap
so
entry?
rapidly they're
VWAP's down
produced.
here,
I mean,
bro.
AI, 2 years ago, nobody ever heard of the term, and now
On
everybody's
Sol.
talking about it. And it can have some very
Order
good
block
purpose. It could
VWAP's
also have some
pretty
dangerous
juicy.
purpose, and
Orb
for
is
that, we
in.
have to watch out. But some tremendous things are happening because of it. And we're leading
Ray
by so
Orb is
much.
in.
We're doing so well. But opportunities that are bigger and grander than ever before in human history are right before us.
Human.
It is the pioneers in this room. Many of you in this room are true pioneers. You're two truly brilliant people. Just your ability to get a ticket is brilliant because you have about 50 people for every seat. I don't know what. That's Larry. Everything Larry touches turns to gold. He made this very successful.
Larry Fink.
But you're in this room, and some of you are the greatest leaders anywhere in the world. You're the greatest brains anywhere in the world.
Yeah, my
The future.
my
is
girlfriend's name
unlimited
is
and to a large part
Viwapanita.
because of you, and we have to protect you, and we have to cherish you.
Volume weighted
I always
average.
say we have to cherish our brilliant people
Boom, boom.
because there aren't many of them. So together with confidence, boldness, and persistence,
Is that too
let
far?
us lift up
Volume
our
weighted
people,
average,
grow
boom, boom.
our economies,
I think that's just
defend our shared
perfect.
destiny, and build a future for our citizens that is more ambitious, more exciting, more inspiring, and greater than the world has ever seen. We're in a position to do things that nobody else has ever even thought of before.
How do you
And
see
many of
order
the
blocks so
people in this
easily?
room are the ones that are
Time.
doing it, and I want to congratulate you. and
Time,
I'm
my
with you
friend.
all the way. You can do things that nobody else can even think about. So I congratulate you on your tremendous success. And the United States is back, bigger, stronger, better than ever before. And I'll see you around. Thank you all very much.
Thank you,
very
Donald.
much. Thank you.
All right, you've been watching President Donald Trump speak at the World Economic Forum in Davos. President Trump began the speech by touting his achievements over the past year. He took shots at other European countries, saying their economies are all moving in the wrong direction.
He spoke a lot about the domestic economy here in the U.S. He blamed former President Biden for causing inflation, a wide trade deficit, and record migration. He talked about removing government jobs from the federal budget and cutting regulations. It sounded a bit like a campaign speech.
It did. It sounded like a campaign speech. It sounded like a list of grievances that the president had with other countries, with other world leaders, calling some of them out by name, including the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney. So within all of that, he pivoted, obviously, to the one issue that has been driving a lot of the discussion in the last couple of.
All right. Well, chop at the top, guys. You never trade chop at the top, okay? Got to have some rules based here. So chop at the top is never a place you want to be, especially if it hasn't grabbed liquidity, okay? So we understand liquidity is above the high here and never took that liquidity. So it's still very valid that this comes up. How it gets there is the hard part, okay? So chop at the top, no trade here. $5,000 coffee coming down for VWAP slap, potential continuation. NASDAQ looking strong, SPY looking strong, pushing out of here, leaving a nice gap below though. We'll see if it does want to continue here. Bitcoin coming back down. Soy boy Lana, same deal. Okay, trying to hold here, trying to push. Looking a little bit lower right now. We'll see what we get here. Thank you everybody for being on the live and supporting the channel. We're here live every morning, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. taking the trades, showing the trades, trying to make crypto honest again. Thank you for supporting the channel and hanging out here. We'll see what we get today. A nice little push out here. Obviously, Bitcoin has shit the bed lately, just like me. So we'll see if this is sufficient enough to push us higher. We never took this high, right? So we do not have structure change, continuation trade. Right now, this is still suggesting possible down. So we're looking for some sort of retest continuation in here for now. We'll see what we get. Trying to hold on at the top here. Quite choppy. Trump is still speaking, answering some questions and stuff like that. So, you know, your best to be patient today. The SPY is looking relatively strong. Bitcoin trying to push here. Soy boy Lana trying to push here, looking for a continuation. This looks like it might want to continue upwards right now. Thank you everybody for smacking up those like buttons and hanging out here. Happy days, happy days. Balloon dog, yeah, a little bit of a balloon dog. The problem is with a balloon dog, I mean, you could say this is a balloon dog, but with the balloon dog pattern, you're typically looking for a mitigation of the high, which you haven't had right now. So you haven't taken, you have the start, but you want to see this, right? You need to take this high for that continuation. I mean, you could say mini balloon dog in here if you want, but you're splitting hairs on a 3-minute balloon dog, looking for that continuation here. So a little bit of patience right now. Sweep of the low, continuation down. NASDAQ overextended, trying to hold on here. Patience. Patience. That's what I would say. Chop at the top. You need direction here. So whenever you have an area of just sideways, right? So you have clearly developed a nice order block in here, right? So you let it escape and return, and that's your long, right? Or you short into it, or you let it retrace and you get the flip here, and you look for that for your long. You don't trade it here. This is just chop, right? I would, if I was a betting man, I'd say we break out, but I'm not going to put on risk right now. It's just doesn't make sense to me to take that trade. One trade today up $300. Happy days. Okay. Just waiting here. Trading is waiting. Trading is waiting. Be the turtle. That's what we're trying to do right now. Be the turtle. Slow and steady. Took a couple of big losses over the weekend. So right now, just trying to get back on our feet. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So a little bit of patience in here. No trade yet. No VWAP slap here. This looking like it wants to continue. SPY looking hella strong right now. Nice bounce back here. Same with the NASDAQ. So possible hopium push here for all you people who took the long during my coffee. Congratulations. Hopefully you're all printing. All printing, man. Diddle in the middle. Yeah, we don't touch diddle in the middle. Be the turtle. That's the one. The golden dome. Shit the bed just like me. I haven't smelled this much. I mean, it's true, man. I mean, the joke, we used to call it the Hershey squirts in construction. Got the Hershey squirts. Oh, it doesn't end, man. Construction humor. I got sitting on my wanking chariot and got my Hershey squirts. Nice push here. Orb retest continuation up here for Bitcoin. Solana trying to push out here. Up 3% already on the day. Solana, nice push. Ethereum trying to break out here as well. Still hasn't taken the high here on ETH. Trapping traders again. 3 drives. Bear divs here. Careful here. No trade yet. Chop in the middle. The bubble gut. There is never a filter here. There is never a filter. If there was a filter, I would not be live. I mean, eventually I'm sure Mark Carney will find a way to censor me. But until then, I'll continue to talk shit, take trades, and show you the trades, and hopefully help you guys navigate these charts. That's my job here. Even when I'm sick, I can still click buttons and make money. I'm trying to push here. I smell trap. The SPY looks really good though. Big gap yesterday. Coming back to fill this. I did not mark this out because I was not here yesterday. It's quite the gap. Coming back for this guy here. Bitcoin trying to push. So your danger is sweeping this high and dumping, right? So you could push, failed, or breakout would be bearish. That would be something I'm interested in. Chop at the top though, guys. Not somewhere I'm interested. We got long here. Just trying to be patient, that's all. NASDAQ pushing up. Quite an aggressive move here for the DAC. We do have a gap up here. Interesting. 3 drives, bear divs on Solana. Typically breaks you down. Still waiting here, see if we can push. Trying to see a flip. No follow through here on Solana. Same with Bitcoin. When does Piper Academy, they're going live today, right? I'll send you guys over there after this. I do not feel good, man. What day is it today? Wednesday? Typically I do a Wednesday live stream. We'll see how I feel. I'm really not feeling good right now. I think I might have to throw up, actually. Really don't feel good. What's going on, Dylan? Good to see you, man. How do you trade a gap? It becomes a target. It's just it's something that when left behind, it's somewhere where you can look to rotate into. That's all. Yeah, I'm literally gonna shit the bed if I continue here. Well, coffee trades, gang, much love. I mean, I'll be here tomorrow, trying to rest up, guys. But thank you guys for supporting the channel and hanging out. God bless you guys. I'm gonna send you over to the Piper Academy. Hopefully, you've had a wonderful morning. If you're enjoying your longs, don't forget to pay yourselves. Discord, I'll try to show up later today. If not, I'm pretty exhausted. So God bless you guys. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto. 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 What you know about juice? Making the moves, data flow casual, breaking the news. Revenue proof, a building portfolios taking well over exceptional pain. I'm trapping this game, so participation ain't a hard knock. I put in the work so you got knowledge. You ain't drawing with luck when you following us. The result is a pen full of fat pockets. Bada bang, that's an otter game with an auto flame. With a lot of hate, get above the lane, ain't about the trade. Have another trade, get another play. They playing God so pretentious. Grapes in these waters forbidden. Well indeed, that's a felony. Don't look at me for the TRB. Have you heard of TRB? I don't know. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexOCrypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. AlexOCrypto, on the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. AlexO.